You stand there in front of the Drunken Toenail. It's early in the morning. Nobody's around. This part of the town is completely dead during this time of day. And you've procured those IDs. Nara kind of stands there and she says, I don't like this. She kind of pets Solus behind the ears.
I'm not quite sure which aspect of this you're referring to.
Well, I don't like that we are just going along with everything he says.
You mean Kathrak's brother, right?
Yeah.
Well,
What else could we do?
Kathrak, you don't have any, like, I challenge you to your throne type lion battle stance?
Makara type beat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really want to kill my brother.
Yeah, well. I'd like to say that he's going to change, but there's a reason I left my family.
Well, can't we do something to, like, help these people more or something? I'm doing what Nara does, which is come up with ideas but no solutions.
I think we should focus on the battle we've already started.
Okay, here's kind of my thought process. If we go back in time and we kill, oh my god, I cannot remember his name.
Raziel?
Thank you, Raziel. None of this happens. And then Kathrak goes back and takes over the family. And his brother tries to kill him at some point, in which case he either dies or he kills his own brother then.
It's kind of intense.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, Kathrak. You know that, right?
It could happen.
Are you serious? My bet, I'd bet you gold, your brother killed your dad. 100% bet gold on it. Don't even need to do anything. I'm willing to bet he had a hand in the play in your dad dying.
That's not very nice to say.
That's
Leave his
some heavy
family
stuff.
alone. Yeah, Jesus. We're
I'll
accusing
bet
his
you
brother
go.
How do you
of
know?
patricide? Yeah, how do you know? Where'd you get
will
this
bet
idea
you
all of
go.
a sudden, Zim?
Listen, I will bet gold on it. If I'm wrong, it's a
Wild. Oh, that confident, huh? Oh, jeez.
Yes, I'm fairly confident.
Who have you been talking to, Zim, to get such wild ideas?
I can't tell sometimes.
What do you mean you can't tell? Who are your sources, Zim? Accusing such a
people?
handsome man. What?
Can you see him? Like, do you see what he does? He was gonna break the lady's legs just because, for no reason.
Maybe the lady is dangerous with legs. Maybe she's got some dangerous legs.
Well, we don't know for sure that he was going to do that.
He said he was. He said he was gonna do it again.
Well, it's none of our business.
He said he was going to do what he wanted.
He said he was gonna
What
do
if
the
the-
same thing that he did last time, which last time he broke his legs.
But only if he didn't make us the IDs. He made us the IDs.
No. He said he was gonna do it anyways.
He said he might.
I feel like you're projecting your past onto Kathrak's past
You
today,
hear how
Zim.
bad that sounds? Let's say.
Yeah, it
I
does.
were
It's
to go
exactly,
out
and that's what I'm
say-
saying. Is that we're in your hometown. I get there's a lot of past trauma coming from you and your family and your familial upbringing, and the mutation stuff, that goes on here in the dirty sewer water and talking robots with cowboy hats. I get it. It's overwhelming. It's a lot, and you're back home, and I understand that these feelings of distrust
It's
might be
not just
coming from
my
a place.
family. You do realize that there are like 4 gangs here, and none of them are good. There
So
is a
why are you going after
reason-
Kathrak's? Why do we have to go after the Kathrak gang? Sorry, Kathrak. I think that's kind of racist. Actually, my bad. It's more like the silver mains.
Yeah.
Because not all
We all
Leonas are
going after my
Kathraks. You know what I
gang.
mean?
If
I
it makes
might
you feel
apologize.
better, we're planning on going after them. But the point is, Kathrak has a connection here. I agree with Kathrak. Not do anything. Go back in time, and time can correct itself. None of these events that have happened should have happened.
So how do we do that?
I mean, the idea is to go back in time. Unless our plan isn't to go back in time, in which case we should probably kill him now.
You know what? Actually, no, hold on. If we go back in time, technically we've got like a blank check to do anything to because like the ends will justify the means no matter what, because the means, you know. What I mean? What do you mean? We could kill 30 people here if it meant getting Raziel, and then we go back in time, those 30 people won't die by our hand at all.
Unless time doesn't work that way, in which case, who knows?
We're kind of in uncharted territory.
Yeah, kind of.
Time's got to work that way. Otherwise, this just got a whole lot more difficult.
What if they're parallel universes?
What do you mean?
Okay, imagine that this stream, okay, keeps flowing, and when we go back in time, all we do is create a different stream that flows parallel. But this instance of the world still exists, with Raziel ruling it, and then there's an instance where Raziel didn't rule.
Like a timeline.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of wibbly wobbly.
I mean, time travel isn't exactly a studied phenomenon, so.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah.
So as you guys are kind of talking, the halfling leans out of the bar and he says, "So, are you all gonna just stand here? Where are you going?"
Dude, you should get out of here. What are you still doing here? Didn't we fucking already snitch?
Oh yeah, sorry. We're discussing things. We can go. Sorry.
It's fine. Just don't come back.
Oh, hold on, but you should be whatever.
He has to pack, Ox. He has to pack.
Yeah, but why he's standing around waiting for us to leave? He should be packed.
I mean, to be
You
fair,
know what
we
I
are
mean?
talking pretty loudly. Let's walk and talk.
Let's walk
Okay,
in. All right,
names.
let's
We
do
need
a
to go over
walkie-talkie.
names and not get these wrong. Morgan Friedman.
Oh, jeez. Kathrak, you go. What's your name, Kathrak?
I didn't write it down yet.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like this is going to be an issue. I'm not.
No, it's
going to-
not. Right. My name is Bismarcky.
Okay.
I didn't.
All right, and then Whip's name is Ayala. Aela.
Ayala. Oh, that's not a complicated name at all.
So we got Biz, James, Ayala, or Ayala. I don't know which one it is. And Morgan Friedman.
Bismarcky.
All right. So the four of you, including Solus and the Hellhound as well, go back to the Onyx Rose. There, you have that conversation on your way back. Is there anything you guys wanted to talk about, like dire need to talk about before we move on to re-encountering Korthas?
What's our plan with Korthas? Are we just gonna leave him be? Hope that time fixes itself, or are we? Look, Zim.
I think
Zim, you get confrontational quite a lot with some of the people that we run into along our adventures, and you end up accusing them of being terrible people and saying that they should die for their crimes. And I'm just saying that maybe, you know, when we talk to Kathrak's brother, don't get so self-righteous.
I don't know if I've ever told anyone that in person.
You know, just the way that you.
I mean, in confidence with the people that I trust my life to, I will let that know. If we decide not to kill him, I obviously grew up in a gang who did terrible things, so I will ignore the fact that you are partaking in the same behavior temporarily because.
All I'm asking is that when we decide it, can we decide and not you?
I mean, what do you
Not
mean?
just you. Look, I'm just saying, if we walk in, I don't want you to go pointing fingers and yelling at Korthas.
I've never
starting
done
a big
that.
old. Well, no, but that's because we haven't reached the conclusion that we reached, which
I know.
is,
I'm just saying that
are we going to
behaviors-
confront Korthas?
of making rash decisions without talking to the group, I would definitely not be the one to worry about here.
Okay.
So Kathrak, they're talking about killing your brother and like whether or not that should happen next to you as they're walking.
Right.
That's not a.
I think we're talking about whether or not we confront him, not necessarily.
Yeah, not yeah.
I felt like there
Easy
was some
there.
implications in the character's words. Like, what are we gonna do about him?
We're making assumptions here. I'll let Kathrak make his own assumptions.
Yeah, that's true. So Kithrak, I'm curious. Jimmy, I'm curious. What do you think Kithrak thinks about his brother at this point? Your brother is now well over 20 years older than you, even though before he was like 8 years younger than you. He seems lively for a 60-year-old Leonin. Like he has a lot of life to him. Doesn't seem like he's going anywhere anytime soon. But he has this malicious streak that is different than your dad. Your dad was very professional. Your dad was like the Godfather, and your son is more like Vito Corleone, kind of like unhinged.
Have you guys seen The Godfather? Because if you haven't, that reference will not make sense.
Oh, is Vito Corleone the name of the Godfather? I forget. I don't know.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm just saying that's an old movie, so I don't know.
Sonny? You mean Sonny? Or you mean Vito?
Whatever character is played by, I forget his name in
Michael
Goodfellas.
Corleone. Oh.
Isn't that the one where he's like, "Am I a clown? Do I look funny to you?" That one.
He's not in The Godfather.
I meant Goodfellas. That's Goodfellas, right?
Yeah, he's in Goodfellas.
Yeah, I don't know what that character's name is, but your brother's more like that.
I think Kithrak would be feeling like this is something to revisit and not to prioritize.
Just get Kithrak's focused on getting the information, getting the items, and getting out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think he would say anything while they're having this conversation? Or would he just kind of be walking next to them?
I think he'd be like kind of lost in thought.
So maybe for Zim and Pox, as you're having this conversation, it might be surprising that you're talking about someone's brother and they have no input on it. They seem lost in their own thoughts. So that might just be something to take note of. I don't know if you'd mention it or if you'd say anything. But you guys are approaching the Onyx Rose at this point.
I think
Well,
if Kithrak was to say
Kithrak, what do you think?
anything-
Kithrak, we're almost there.
I'm just
You haven't said it.
say,
You said you've been lost in your thoughts, it seems.
I don't think we should disrupt the flow of what's going on here right now. I don't think
That's what
our
I'm saying.
think that's our
Exactly.
top priority.
I agree.
I'm okay with us revisiting, but honest to God, Kithrak, something I would like you to check into to prove my theory is what happened to your dad and whether or not your brother had anything to do with it. Because at the very least, you should know that information if we do go back in time and do nothing here.
Yeah, I could talk to him. Could bring it up.
All right. As you guys finish your conversation and leave yourself a couple blocks of silence walking up to the Onyx Rose, you enter through the front as you were asked to do instead of through the back. And you walk through the front all the way through to the back, in which bodyguards step aside for you without really looking you over very, very harshly. They just kind of look you up and down and step aside, knowing who you are. As they step aside, you walk through the casino, which is entirely empty at this point. Only people in there are the guards, who are just standing in their posts. Some of them are playing cards at a table. As you walk up, they just nod at you. But you walk past them all through the casino floor to the back. Up the stairs. Sorry. This is not up the stairs, just through the back. And back to Korthaz's office, which has some smoke coming out of it. A slight wisp of smoke coming from the door, which is slightly ajar as you guys are approaching down the hall. You don't want to do anything before you go to the door?
What do I smell?
Cigar smoke.
What's it smell like?
It's got a slight like rum smell to it.
Nice. Smells good.
It's a little wood, like a wood undertone as well. And as you approach,
I'm drawn to it. I feel drawn to it.
you can just hear the breathing from behind the door, and he hears your footsteps, and he says,
"Who's there?"
Oh, it's us.
before you round the corner.
It's us.
Come on in, everybody. Come on. Hey.
He sits up in his chair as you guys open the door to his office and puts his cigar down in this ashtray. Kind of puts it out. Blows a little bit of smoke out of his lion nose and tilts his head at you. And he says,
So, did he do a good job or what?
Yeah, they look great. They look real.
Let me see him.
I hand my ID to Cliff.
he spreads them out across the table, takes his nail and kind of like scratches at them a little bit. He looks them up and down.
Hey, he did an alright job. Not too bad. Was his girlfriend there with him?
Was she?
To be honest, we don't know. We just went outside, got the IDs. We didn't really check up on the girlfriend.
Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
think she was outside. She didn't meet us outside.
Alright. Well, for now.
Back to pressing matters, just because time is a little bit.
For now. Yeah, I get it. Don't worry. For now, everything's alright. He still owes me a little bit of money, but that can be taken care of at a later date. You guys aren't here to do my dirty work. So, Kathrak,
Yeah.
you killed a lot of people since I last saw you?
Not plenty, but enough to get by.
Alright. Well, you're probably gonna have to kill quite a few more for this next little venture. And the rest of you, I imagine, if you've been with Kathrak and he's been killing people, you guys doing the same?
Are you referring to the Midnight Hollows that we have to kill?
I'm referring to anyone who gets in your fucking way.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's fine. First thing was rat people
I
and
kill.
buying things. Do we have to kill people to get to them?
Let me
Probably.
Oh, okay, well,
So,
that's fine.
the next spot that you're looking for is we got the IDs. That was step 1. Does anyone remember what was step 2? Who remembers? Let's check your brains here.
Fencing the rat people, buy things, magical goods.
Going to buy some shit. All right. And after you go and buy some things, what's the big key component that we need? There's a person who remembers.
Oh.
Come on, pop quiz.
You want us to find the lead or the telecommunications for the Midnight Hollows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
He looks you up and down. Your tattoos are from the Hollows, right? Like that is part of the Hollows initiation.
Yes, I imagine if you know the Hollows, it's actually quite distinct. And last time he failed a history roll, so that's why I asked if he recognized them.
Yeah. He looks you up and down now that it's been a day. This guy gets information fed to him, it seems, all the time from different people all the time. And so now that he's looking at you, he says,
yeah, I thought I recognized those. So, are you prepared to do what you have to do to these people?
You mean mass murder, a bunch of orphan stealing, torturing people? Yeah, not really an issue.
Okay. Then, that shouldn't be an issue then. So, I'm gonna set you up with a little path into the sewers. Should be pretty easy. We'll get you down to where the rat folk are. We'll get you to buy some items you might need. But I might add, it might be a bit more fruitful for you to maybe you might want to go after the telekinesis guy first. The psionic guy, whatever. You might want to go after him first because he might have information on what things you should buy.
That's true.
Noted.
Like I said, though, the problem is going to be, first of all, there's 4 of you plus the big lion. Speaking about the black one out in the hallway. So there's 4 of you plus that. And that thing, whatever the fuck that is.
points to the hellhound.
And
It's our dog.
there's going to be a lot more people from the Midnight Hollows than that. They're like more like rats than the rat folk are. They're everywhere. So, this little adventure of yours. I can tell you where to go and tell you what to look out for. And I can even give you some names of people. But what I can't do is I can't do the fighting for you. I can't have my face seen, so I can't help you.
Yeah.
So if you get on over your heads, you're going to need to find a place to lay low until I can come find you. So all I'm saying is, if this adventure goes a little wrong and things get hectic for you, maybe you're outnumbered, it might be better to retreat. Know when your cards are dealt and know when to fold them. You know what I'm saying, Kathrak?
Yeah, I do.
You know who didn't know how to fold his cards when he was dealt a shit hand? Dad. That's who.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
What?
happened to Father?
He died. He got killed
How?
by...
He looks down at the cigarette that he put out in the ashtray, picks it up, starts chewing on the end of it, nervously.
He got killed by one of the Midnight Hollows.
Oh, can I insight check him?
Yeah, roll me an insight check.
Can I also insight that? Or yeah.
Anyone can insight check that. And Kathrak, you get advantage if you want to insight check it. Okay. Pox, he seems pretty earnest. As you see some tears kind of welling up behind the eyes. Zim and Kathrak, both of you looking at him, he's being truthful that your father was killed by one of the Midnight Hollows. Although, with the 23 for Zim, I would say there is information being held.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure why.
How did it happen? Because the Hollows attacking someone would normally cause an all-out war.
Yeah. Well, Dad, he let too much information slip. And if I'm being really honest with you, I don't know exactly who killed him, but I'm pretty sure it's a Hollow. He wasn't violent for him. It was poison. One of his favorite meals. An unadmirable death for our dad. Fucking pathetic, honestly. He killed over like a fucking sick dog.
Would I know if that's a common method for Hollows? Because it doesn't sound like something the Hollows would do.
It is not.
Okay.
But
yeah. Okay.
what you
I'm
know,
gonna be like,
so what do you think people's like perception of the Hollows are?
terrifying people who would like, it feels like they're like the shadow in the dark. Like that's kind of what I imagine, is that they're like the boogeyman stories where people say things about them or they try to scapegoat onto them, but no one really knows what they do. So basically any sort of like boogeyman story is what I kind of imagine people outside think.
So when you don't have a clue how your dad died, but you know that he was poisoned, and you said people just throw stuff onto the Midnight Hollows, they just blame them for everything. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Okay, good.
He thinks that that's what happened, but he can't know.
Just an FYI, the Midnight Hollows probably didn't kill your dad. And this is, as an ex-Midnight Hollow person, everyone says that they're so creepy boogeyman. They're really not. They're big into extortion and other things, but really, we don't kill people that way. We're much more upfront. It doesn't seem that way because they like to stay hidden, but they don't poison people. So whoever killed your dad was most likely not a Midnight Hollow.
Well, that's a shame.
What else do you know about it, though? Because that's something that... It's very odd that someone just killed someone for no reason.
Well, we're not a bunch of scientists here. We don't know exactly what poison. All I know is that he looked like a seizing, foaming at the mouth, little pathetic weakling when he was dying. And there was nothing I could do to stop it. It was sad. But honestly, he did a shit job running this show anyway.
Why do you say that? You have to understand that when I left, obviously it's been lots of years, but when I left, you guys were a well-renowned.
He got soft.
Like no one would mess with that. There was just strength there.
Yeah, Dad got soft. When Kathrak never came back, he thought he was too hard on Kathrak. He thought he scared him off with the business. So he took a step back. And he tried to do things above table. Which, like I said, he gave too much away. Too much information. Too many chances for somebody to fuck with him. And, well, it wasn't long after that started that somebody did take advantage of him. They took something, Kathrak. You remember, Dad had this golden chain with a picture of Mom on the end of it. Well, in that chain, there's also a special black diamond. And, it's probably worth somewhere between 300,000 to 1 million credits at this point. There's only 6 of them on the continent. And that's one of them. And, someone took it. In fact, when I walked in the room and I saw him dying, it was already gone and he wasn't even dead yet. I ran out the door looking, but I couldn't find anybody. So nobody gets under my skin like that. Nobody is going to trick me like that. Nobody is getting that close to me.
He slams his fist on the table and the ashtray falls off, scattering ashes all over the floor.
I see.
When he was talking about like his dad being weak, does he take some sort of enjoyment in the fact that he replaced him? Is there some like when he talks about how much stronger he is and stuff like that, does it seem like he's enjoying that?
Roll an insight check. With a 12, you're unsure.
Okay.
You're unsure if he takes enjoyment from it, or if it's more like, it's just hard to tell. He seems pissed, more than anything. But
Okay,
it's like a sad pissed.
Okay. Okay.
It seems like he did respect his dad in some ways.
Okay.
But he respects a version of his dad that wasn't the version that died. He respects a version of his dad that was around when Kathrak was around.
Does he seem angry that his dad died or angry that his dad was weak?
Both.
Okay.
Do you think it was necessary for
I'll
him
get
to
the
die
ashes.
for
Pox dives to try to catch the ashtray and just start cleaning it up anxiously. Sorry. Go ahead.
do you think it was necessary for him to die for you guys to come back stronger?
I think when he died, it was the best thing that happened to this mafia in a long time. You know, this is a family. It always has been. And, when it comes to family, you gotta have a strong patriarch. Which we didn't have. I've been watching the black market for a long time. and I haven't seen that gem come up. I imagine it's probably in someone's fucking jewelry drawer. Or sold to a gem owner for pennies. Because whoever took it probably didn't know shit. It's sad, because that gem, that's a symbol of this family. Lost to time. Kathrak, we thought you died. All of us, we had a funeral for you. Dad thought you were just scared. Thought you just wouldn't come home because you were scared. The rest of us, we thought you were dead.
Understandably so.
I knew you weren't that kind of person. I knew you'd come back, which is why we held that funeral for you. I had just turned 22. It was about that time. It'd been 10 years since we seen you. We thought for sure you'd check in, send us a signal, send us something. But if you didn't, I figured you had to be dead. I knew you'd come back. I remember. Now look at you. You did come back. And I fucking bet that Dad feels like a fool now. Don't you, Dad?
He kind of like looks up at the sky.
Bet you feel stupid now thinking Kathrak was scared. Well, he wasn't.
He picks up the ashtray from in front of Pox as Pox is filling it with ashes and just sets it back on the table.
Thanks, Dollface.
Anytime. Kathrak, hug your brother.
Getting weird.
Zim, family hugs, okay? Families hug each other. They
No,
give each
I'm
other
good.
hugs.
I don't need a hug. I'm fine.
No, you two should hug.
No.
You know
I
what?
just need
Group
to know
hug.
what we're
Everybody,
doing next.
bring it in.
What's the next move? Are we going to the sewers?
I think you go find this guy. Find him and he'll have most of the information we're gonna need.
You said you had some idea where he was, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a pretty simple, unassuming looking tavern. Yeah, I know. This part of town is full of them.
Another tap?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
To
boy.
be honest, taverns the only thing that kind of feel normal to me.
Yeah. We like that. But there's a tavern, and it's kind of secluded in its own little corner of the town. It's called the Owlbear Inn. And the Owlbear Inn has a special rule. Within the blocks around it, there are not allowed to be any mechanics. No robots. No mechanical augmentations. Nothing. Which means your cat
Points to Solus.
and your dog
Points to the Hellhound.
and any of you that have mechanical enhancements won't be allowed to pass through that area.
Wait, the hellhound has mechanical enhancements?
Yeah, it's got a paw. Front paw.
Oh.
Interesting.
Do any of us have?
I don't think any of you do.
Mm-mm.
None of us have implants.
So,
Wow.
what little I know about this area is two things. One is what I just told you. The other is the names of a few of the Midnight Hollows that guard this area. Now, I don't know what they look like necessarily, but I know the names. As you can imagine, before you told me that the Midnight Hollows weren't responsible for my dad's death, I did a lot of looking in to see if I could figure out who might have done it. And, in that venture, this is where I came across this information. Now, it's not an undertaking I've wanted to take on because it kind of seems like a death wish. But a small group like you might be able to pull it off without too much of a hitch. Here are the names.
Give me 1 second. And Zim, you can roll history checks on all of these if you want.
Yeah, well.
Let me write them down first.
All right. So the first is Kekra, Kekra. And the second is Solth, Solth.
Yep. I might know the first and not the second.
Okay. The name Kekra does stand out to you. It's a night elf that you recall. Much older than you. Quite a bit older than you. When you met Kekra back in the day, he was already probably in his mid-80s. He is one of the higher-ups of the organization, and he is an illusionist and a sorcerer. He has bleach white skin with pointed ears, thin, kind of almost skeletal face with bleach white eyes as well, kind of smoky gray hair. Usually has a purple cape from what you remember, a purple like shawl that goes over his shoulder and down his back like a cape. Wears black leather armor, and oftentimes disguises himself as just a regular tavern keeper. That's his favorite disguise because he likes talking to people.
Do I know anything about, like, can he shapeshift, anything like that?
Yeah, he is a pretty powerful sorcerer. His abilities, you don't know everything about him, but you've seen him change shape more than once.
Okay.
The other, Solth, you're not sure. You've heard the name. Not sure exactly a lot about them. But what you remember of Kekra is the kind of person who thrives on information, thrives on getting the drop on people, and would not be someone that you'd want to tussle with one-on-one. And probably won't be caught alone either. Powerful spellcaster.
Well, that's not good. I recognize Kekra. Slothed a little bit, but it doesn't ring a bell. But Kekra was around when I was still there, which is unfortunate.
So, your goal is to go to the Owlbear Inn and find the guy. I think they call him Jenkins, something like that. He should be there somewhere.
Yeah, we know the guy.
He, from what I know, and I'm sure you already know, he's not going anywhere. So you can make a plan.
He kind of laughs.
Not going anywhere. I crack myself up.
Good one.
Do you have
Hopefully we
blueprints
make a
by any
good plan.
chance?
Do I have what?
Blueprints.
Blueprints for this? No, but he's probably got blueprints for the admin building you're trying to get into.
Yeah. Question. We had heard that there was an individual in the sewers named Jasmine who did a lot of fence work. Supposedly I think someone mentioned she was Leonin, or kind of looked Leonin. Can't
Okay.
really remember. But do you know if she might have it?
Have what?
Blueprints for this place.
She might. It's possible. I can do some digging for you while you're gone.
Well, I just meant before we go breaking into Owlbear, it'd be nice to know where the room layouts are and stuff like that.
I wouldn't go asking around for just random people around the city. Not with the hollows listening, because they got ears everywhere.
Yeah.
But not here.
Raises his arms up, like kind of bragging.
I'm just gonna ignore the fact that there probably is someone listening and he just doesn't know it.
Okay. You all be safe. I'm sure you'll be fine. No problems. And, you bring that Jenkins guy back here, and we can ask some real questions.
Cracks his knuckles.
Just an FYI, from what I remember of Jenkins, there's a very large likelihood he won't survive the way back. So if you have questions you want to know, it might be better for us to ask them there.
Okay. Well, if he can't survive the venture back, which I think you should still try, but if he can't, ask him about my gem, our gem.
Yeah.
See if he knows.
Okay.
He might. Okay? All right. Gathrak.
He stands up from behind his desk and reaches out for a handshake.
Brother,
I shake it.
I knew you weren't a coward. I knew you'd be back. I just didn't think it'd take so long.
Neither did I. Neither did I.
Well, we're glad to have you back. And, you know...
Kathrak, when you left, do you imagine you would have had a thing for any of the girls? Like any of the girls that were like sons or daughters, boys or girls, sons or daughters of any of the other like mafia members that you would have hung out with as a kid?
Probably not. I think Kathrak would have been hard focused on impressing his father.
There was a girl who we used to hang out with. Well, you used to, and I used to just watch you guys because I was a little younger. But there's a girl named Alexia, one of the other Leonin kids. She's working as a barmaid in that area. She might be surprised to see you too, but that's neither here nor there. She might have some information you might want. I don't know. I don't know what she's been up to. I haven't seen her in 30 years. But as far as I remember, that she's still there.
I'll keep my eye out for her.
Yeah. And the rest of you, don't die. Especially you.
Nods to Pox.
Okay. Just don't smoke too many cigars while we're gone. They smell nice.
This time kind of playfully, as opposed to last time, which was much more threateningly. This time playfully says,
"You telling me what to do?"
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if we make it back.
I could get used to that.
He takes a seat in his chair, which like creaks backwards, leans back, and puts his feet up on the desk.
Looks comfy.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to the room.
Later. Good luck.
Yeah, let's head out.
Later.
Let's go.
All right. You guys head over to the district that he told you where to go. And you see signs literally put up on the walls of buildings.
As we are walking there, I would like to reach into the bag of holding and think of the necklace or the black diamond.
In the bag of holding?
In either one of them, because we have a bag of holding and pants of holding. I'm going to check both of them.
Okay. So you reach in to both those bags and you don't find anything.
Okay.
Nothing there. Good thought, though. All right. So you see signs. Say, no electronics beyond this point. There's a little sign. There's a little symbol of a card underneath with a check, like a green check mark, meaning like that's the only like technology you can have with you. So your identity card, your credit cards.
What about phones? Is that?
It's
I
the
guess
same
that's
thing.
Credit cards, right? Okay.
It's the same thing. They're all together.
I don't think I have any electronics on me. I'm double checking.
You guys can double check your inventories if you'd like.
Yep, I'm
if you
looking
think
right
you might
now.
have something. It's like walking into a Renaissance fair in this part of the city.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I mean, like I
I think
have.
the only thing that
think-
I have is
think I'm
like a
good.
grenade launcher.
That's not. That's mechanical still, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to use the bathroom though, so I'll be right back.
I have a
No
double
worries.
barrel. Is that cool?
You have a what?
A double barrel shotgun.
Yeah,
Is that
guns
okay?
and stuff is okay.
Okay. And also that like credit card thing or whatever.
Yep,
are we
that's
allowed to
okay
have
too.
that?
That's like literally marked on the sign is like the one thing that's okay to have. All right. So I think we'll wait for Blake to get back if everyone wants to use the restroom or grab a drink.
I am chilling.
All right.
I'm gonna go
Hi,
as soon as
chat.
Blake gets back.
Oh, howdy, y'all.
What y'all up to? You're good, Ray. Or Ray of friggin' sunshine. You're good. No worries. If I went into a chat and Wem was on the screen, I'd talk to her first too.
Oh, shut up. Oh my gosh. You're just like. You're too much. You're just too much.
Is it a public area, sir? Goes against my constitutional rights. Giant rat guy.
Hey, rat guy.
Oh, giant rat guy. Dun-it, dun-it, dun-it.
Classic giant rat guy.
Giant rat guy, when they go in the sewers, your name is going to be so poignant. There's so many giant rat guys in the sewer. Everyone looking on point. Nice, Magma. Glad to have you here. We're only probably going to play for 1 more hour longer. I'm kind of sticking to a 2-hour thing right now. Not only for my own sanity, but for my player's sanity. So we'll play for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And call it good.
Whatever works.
You love the sewers, giant rat guy? Well, get used to them, because we'll have at least a session dedicated to them here soon. Jimmy, I saw, what was it, maybe a week ago? I think you were doing a stream that had like 5,000 or 6,000 viewers or something. Or is it like a You Laugh You Lose? I can't remember what it was, but I was like, damn, dude, that's awesome. What were you doing?
I was doing You Laugh You Lose number 69, or every time I laughed I gave away $1,000.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. And the number 69 had to catch some people too.
Yeah.
Just wait till 420, man. We pop it up.
Oh, I don't even know if the series will go that far. That'll be years.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
you never know.
Hi, Smoking Doja. I am doing well.
Coughs.
All right, here we go. So, as you pass through these signs, it is just like a Renaissance fair, like I said before. There are people selling armor and old weaponry. There's exchange places for credits to gold, just like ATMs. There are people selling mead and hollering people over, saying, "Hey, over here, come get your leatherworks, come get your armors. Ooh, you look like you could use a sword. How about a necklace for you?" Like, just a Renaissance fair. It's just like that kind of, that vibe. People selling turkey legs, kind of thing. It's just starting to start up this morning. I mean, it's really like 9 a.m. So it's like just the start of the Renaissance fair. People are kind of piling in, kind of vibe. And as you enter into this area, you're looking around for a place called the Owlbear Inn. So everyone, you can let me know what your plan would be to look for that. Do you just look with your eyes? Are you talking to people? How are you trying to find this?
I would be looking with my eyes and then smelling, because I imagine that's where they're going to be selling the delicious turkey legs.
All right.
I
Perception
make
check
a
from you.
couple of I make a couple of playful hoots and give everybody eyes like, funny, right? Whoo, whoo. It's Owlbear.
I'd just be looking around.
All right, so we'll do perception checks for you two, and then Pox, what do you want to do? You're just going hoo hoo.
I'm trying to make a joke. So can I?
Trying to catch somebody in the crowd to like see like, or to the party.
I want to make it. Yeah, to the party. Yeah. Like the whoo. You know what I mean?
Roll me a performance check. Oh, you guys!
Nice.
It's the funniest thing you guys have ever seen. The hoo hoo, like
role play it.
Yeah, you guys gotta laugh
play
now.
it. I want to come on.
Yep.
Come on, Zim.
Okay,
funny,
okay,
right?
okay. You saw me smile. That's enough.
All right. So
I just figured out how to play my character.
So Kathrak and Zim, as you're looking around, just kind of with your eyes and your smells, looking around for the Owlbear Inn, there's not much to see when it comes to like looking around for it in just like this kind of large but corner section of the city. That said, as you're looking around, you see a lot of people who seem like they are like used to this environment. Like they've been here a few times, or like they're here every day. Like people may even live in this part of the city, so they may be able to help you. I'll give you two options of those kinds of people that you could talk to. One of them is a green dragonborn with like a purple wizard's robe on, and he is hollering from on top of like this wooden scaffolding just at people, and they are talking back at him. He's just hollering like spells at them or talking with them about where are you going, where are you looking for. He's kind of like that kind of person. He's kind of a center of attention. The other person is a lady who is selling necklaces and jewelry of different kinds from her little wooden stand, and she seems to be of human origin. She's just wearing like your classic, you know, I guess wench garb is what you would call it. I don't know. It's just like a, you know, it's a dress with an apron and a little foofy hat.
Gotcha.
So those are your two people you could talk to that would probably know what you're looking for.
Who do you guys want to talk to?
You said that's what me and Kathrak say?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to choose the jewelry lady.
Kathrak, you following?
Yeah.
All right. You walk up to the jewelry lady who says,
I follow with them.
perfect. So Pox, you're behind them as well.
Yeah.
And the jewelry lady says, hello there. Welcome to, hold on. Welcome to the section of the city we love to call Old Earth. And, you all are?
Morgan Friedman.
James P. Oh wait.
James.
Bismarcky.
Okay, well, Bismarcky, James, and Morgan, welcome. She's like shouting over the loud noises that the guy's making that's on the scaffolding. And she says, so, is this your first time in this area of the city? You don't look quite dressed for it.
Yes, it is. We were taking a look about. I had a couple questions for you. We were told to check out an inn. Can you tell us about all the inns in this area?
You want to know about all the inns? There's a lot of them.
How many are there?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. But I'd say somewhere between 10 and 12.
Okay. What are some of the best ones to go for?
What are you looking for? You got a favorite drink? Or a favorite food?
My friend really likes owls. And I point to Kathrak.
Owls, you say?
I say.
Yeah. Woo! Woo!
She giggles.
And I looked at, but I want to look at them both again, like, well, all three of them, because Nara, like, whoo, right? And I want to like I'm doing the joke again, like it's like I'm bringing up the bit. Yeah.
And everyone laughs in unison. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But a real hearty laugh from the lady who's selling the jewelry. She's like, good one. That's funny. If you're looking for owls, then you might want to go to the Owlbear Inn. It's well, it's right down this road. Take a left at the end of this road, and then follow the pathway, the stone pathway down, and you'll see it's kind of off by itself. It's about 100 feet away from the edge of the city, but right towards the wall. Its back is almost up to the wall of the city.
Okay, no, that's good to know. Question, is this mostly a tourist area, or is there a place to sell, like, genuine, like, let's say my grandfather may have left in my family, like, old things. Is there a place where we could sell those too?
You can probably find genuine things around here in the shops. People's families make those kinds of things, sure. But I'd say this is mostly a touristy kind of part of the town, or a place where people go to relax and get away, like, for an experience.
Oh, so there's no one buying, like, old world genuine articles from, like, 50 years ago?
I'd say, I mean, there are some antique places around here. You might be able to find something like that. But,
Okay.
I can't really answer your question, really. I mean, it depends on what shop owners are here on the day, or that kind of thing.
Okay, can you give me a couple shops I might want to check out?
Not many of them have names. You just kind of walk by and you see who has what.
Oh, okay.
They just kind of set up little stands. You can see I don't have a sign here for my the name of my shop. It's just a jewelry shop. And if you like my wares, then you just buy them.
Oh, okay. I got you. Good to know.
There's a large market area right on the other side of this building. And she kind of points to a building that's separating where you guys are with, like, a large crowd.
Okay. Okay,
Right.
good to know.
Are
Thank
you
so
interested
much.
in any of these wares? She kind of points to all of her jewelry.
What you got? What do you got?
So what you can see,
Tell me what you have. What do you
her
got?
jewelry is almost all exclusively, like, seashell based. It's based in all kinds of, like, different shells. And they all seem very well made, very sturdy, and they have actually a mixture of the new and old. So the seashell, like, texture and the seashell, like, make of the necklace itself is this old-timey kind of look to it, but the band that it's made out of is elastic, or you can get a metal band, like a nice metal band. So it's a mix of, like, old patterns with new materials.
On the off chance, is there my sea god shell? Is there anything that looks like that maybe she's accidentally intermingled?
Roll me a perception check. All right, with a 26, as you're looking over the wares, in a small golden box at the back of her wares, you see there's a little, so it's about like 6 inches tall and 6 inches wide. There is a single shell with a golden chain around it, and it's inside the box with a little price tag at the front of the box that you can see through its glass box. There's a little price tag in front of it.
Yep.
And it says 400 gold pieces. It looks exactly like the shell you're looking for.
What is that, and why is it 400 gold pieces?
Well, that's my prized possession. That's a sea god shell right there.
Wait, what's a sea god shell?
It's kind of a rare once in a lifetime kind of shell you might find.
What to do?
Not really much. It's more like just it's like an experience to have it. It's like, oh, I've got one of these, and everyone goes, ooh, ah, kind of thing.
Really?
Ooh, ah. Fox
Uh,
says as she
that
leans in and
Seems
looks at
pretty
it.
pretty pricey though for 400 gold.
Oh, it's one of what I think is a set. I'm not really sure how many are in it, but
Can I see it?
yes, you can look at it. She hands you the box.
Okay. Kind of cool. Do you put it on a necklace or something?
It's already on a chain that I've procured to it, but it hasn't harmed the shell in any way. These are little clips on it, so you can unclip
Okay.
them if you'd like.
Interesting. Huh. Do you only accept gold?
No, I can accept credits, no problem. It's just most people like to buy things in gold here just for fun.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Would you take less than 400 for? Because it's a bit high.
Less than 400 credits or gold?
Yeah. I mean, I thought you said the same thing.
Well, the conversion's a bit different.
Oh, okay. What?
Are you looking to pay in credits or gold?
Credits. Let's say credits.
All right, if you're willing to pay in credits, which then I don't have to convert, I'd say it's probably... I could sell it to you for 300 credits.
That's not bad.
It isn't bad.
That's not bad.
How does her stock of gems look? Does it look like she sells a lot of gems or no?
There's not a lot of gems. There's almost none on her like counter here. It's almost
You ever
all
think about
shells.
selling gems?
Gems are kind of expensive and not really my style.
Okay, well, never mind then on that idea. I was gonna say I have some gems that I could maybe look to trade for you, but
I think it's easier to just pay in credits. I'm tired of trying to, I work here a lot, and so, it can be annoying to try and transfer a lot of gold into credits. So gems would be a pain in the ass too.
okay. Would you do 250 credits?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Can I help the persuasion?
Yeah, you go ahead and roll again, Zim.
Oh, sad day. I wish Pox was doing these rolls. Oh, first one was much better.
I can probably go down to 250. That'd be all right.
Okay, let's do that then. I'll buy for 250.
Thank you.
We
All right, go ahead and mark
appreciate
250 off.
Nice.
And you've acquired one of the set.
It's actually the second one.
Second of the set. How many more do you need? Do you know?
I think you said there was 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's collectibles in this campaign?
Yeah.
And when you collect them, they do something special, but you're not sure what.
I want to look around for gems on the roof that I can shoot down. Are there any boxes?
Nope, nothing like that.
Breakable-
Nothing like a video game,
breakable crate?
unfortunately.
Breakable crate?
Unfortunately, no breakable crates. All right. Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you, and I hope you enjoy your time at the Owlbear Inn. And
Thank
I'll
you
be
very
here if you
much.
need me.
We'll
And I will,
stop back on our way.
yeah, bow and get going.
All right. So you guys head over to where the Owlbear Inn is, and it's pretty obvious as it is a bit separated from the city. It kind of stands alone with its back to the excuse me. Not its back to the wall, but its back is pretty close to the wall of the city itself. And to the right of the Owlbear Inn is like a small-ish looking building that looks like it's like an alcohol storehouse. So like a place that you would keep your rum, and probably has a basement for wine and things like that.
Yeah.
So there are 2 buildings there. As you approach, there are some people going in, but for the most part, it seems like the lunch crowd is entering. You can smell what you expected, which was some smoked meats of some kind. You're not sure of what. But something does strike you as you are approaching, and that is outside the front door of the inn, there is an owlbear in a cage, a large owlbear. If you don't know what an owlbear is, it's like a grizzly bear with an owl's head. And it's in a cage outside the front door. Next to it stands a man, elven man, kind of stout and short. And he's wearing this like red garb, just like red robes, red cape, red hat. And he's leaning on the cage, and his hand is kind of through the bars, and he's ruffling behind the ears of the owlbear who's laying there.
Just to make it a point, I'm also going to kind of wrap up a lot of my face. And kind of try to hide my arms, and like if I can wear my gloves, so that way basically I'm hiding as many of my tattoos as I can.
Okay, there might be someone who could help you with that.
Pox.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bismarcky. We need to work on that. Correct me, Bismarcky.
More. Yeah, that's okay, Morgan. What's up?
Can you, hide some of these tattoos?
Do you
I'm gonna
with
be
magic?
like a glowing flashlight. Well, if
You
preferably
have
not
a-
magic.
You have a kit, I think you got with your thing. Should be like a disguise kit. Do you have that
a costume?
A disguise kit, maybe?
in the bottom left of your character sheet? Is there a disguise kit in your tools?
Disguise. I do have it. I have a disguise. My disguise kit. That's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had this.
So that has what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What do you want me to roll?
In this case, I would like you to roll me a. Let's go with your choice of these options: sleight of hand or performance. I'm gonna go with either one of those. I know those aren't probably the perfect ones, but your choice of one of those two.
I'm gonna go with performance.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a performance. All right.
All right.
All right.
So you're able to cover up the majority of the tattoos, but Zim, you still got to kind of cover up your face for the most part.
Okay. That's fine.
So you didn't quite get away with looking just like a Zim without tattoos, but you're, as close as you could kind of get with the short amount of time that you had.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. By the way, Solus and the Hellhound are with Nara at the edge of this town. They have not followed you. So Nara has not followed you on this venture.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you guys are aware.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Now, if she is back for next session, then I'm just going to have her be there for now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you guys approach the inn, or what do you do? Like, I want to know, you see the guy with the owlbear, you see some people walking into the inn, you smell the cooked meats. It's very old-timey, reminds you of, 50 years ago, which really was only about a month and a half ago.
If we recognize the area or the...
Pox first, and then we'll go with Zim.
Question one, is the owlbear making... When I made the hooting noise, I did it I kind of assuming that the owlbear would sound absolutely nothing like that. Is the owlbear making a noise?
Yeah,
First
it sounds...
question.
So right now it's like almost purring to the touch of the handler. So it's like...
Yeah. Okay. Pox nods her head and goes, yeah, that's basically what I did. And second question, can I, looking at the front, does it look like a rough spot to go into? Does it look, the person at the front, do they look kind of mean, or they just like a regular bouncer?
No. It seems like a pretty, healthy and almost a little too happy. It's very Weenie Hut Jr.
Okay.
So it's very welcoming, I guess is the word. It's very welcoming and warm. Okay. Zim.
Do I recognize this area?
This area of the city?
Was this area back years ago? Was the inn here? Did I have any sort of idea? Did we run a place sort of similar to this?
Roll me a history check for me.
God bless. Nope.
Yeah, it's just the information just isn't there in your memory. You had a lot going on. You were kind of traumatized.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So to remember it's not really there in the cards. But what would you guys like to do as you approach? Do you say? What do you do? You guys got to lead me, and I'll guide you.
We're just going in?
You just walking in?
Okay, so here's what I do know. There's a good
I'm gonna huddle us kind of off to the side before we go in and try to whisper.
Yeah, what's our plan?
Okay, so what I do know is the person that they talked about, okay, most likely is the tavern runner. He likes to look normal and talk to people, but he's a very high spellcaster who can also shapeshift. And as well as he's probably guarded too. If we fight, it's going to be bad because it's kind of their territory. So the idea would be not to fight and to, you know, get our way kind of in.
So we should just kind of walk in like we're getting lunch?
I mean, I guess so, but it'd be really nice if we could talk our way to wherever Jenkins is.
Okay. Yeah, so do you want me to do the talking?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
And if we're lucky, I'm hoping that Jenkins is also, well, I guess they don't have robots. Actually, that makes sense why they don't have robots.
Wouldn't Jenkins be the robot on the track?
Yeah, but that's why they don't allow any...
How are we going to bring a Jenkins bot back?
We're not.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Zim, you're onto something here.
The reason... Okay, so I think they've made it this area completely lack of robots because they don't want... They don't want him to escape or look around or find a way to get himself out. Okay? Chandler, who's Jenkins, does not want to live anymore. Okay? So the reason I told your brother that is he will not make it out. He will die in this inn. Part of us
Okay.
getting the information is he wants us to kill him. Because right now, functionally, he is a paralyzed slave being forced to work for the Midnight Hollows until his dying breath. So, we can find out the information for your brother, but he is going to die in this inn. Unless he suddenly had a change of heart, but I don't think he really wants to be tortured by your brother much either, so...
Probably not.
Yeah. And I'm definitely not okay with that. As
Yeah, I
someone
wouldn't
who
be
is
okay with that either.
willing to help us, so...
As you guys are kind of huddled around talking, the snow kind of just begins to fall in this area, just all around the city. It's starting to snow.
Would I have an idea of where they would put him in the inn?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this is... You recall that they moved him around a lot because they didn't want people to find him.
Is this a 2-story inn?
It is a 2-story inn, yes.
Okay.
So, my guess is he's one of two places. He's either upstairs in a room, or he's in the basement somewhere. Or a secret room someplace else in the basement of the house. But most likely, top or bottom.
Does he know we're coming?
Yes.
Ish.
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 He
Okay,
gave
so
you a
he's
hint
expecting us,
that
but he
you didn't
doesn't- he
even
doesn't know
need
when.
because your brother gave you the location anyway. But he gave you a hint, which was look where the owlbears are. That was his hint
Yep.
to you.
So,
Yeah, if we can talk our way in, I'd really like to not fight. And I think if we fight, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I don't want to fight. Let's just do it. Let's do it. We'll talk our way in.
All right.
If we do get into a fight, we need to close off the doorway and make it so they can't get in very easily. And so we have a way out. I have a couple ideas for that.
I imagine seeing as it's actually old time, they probably use like cobblestone, don't they? And a lot of their house frames are probably like stone.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So, I have a spell called where is it? Hang on. A stone shape. And in a 5-foot area, I can kind of meld stone to kind of do whatever. So there is a slight chance, depending on how big the doorway is, I might be able to seal off the doorway.
Well, all right then.
If we
we've
have
got
to.
Our backup. Yeah, we got our backup plan.
Or if there's a stone wall, maybe get us out.
All right.
So let's do it. Yeah. Are we ready to walk up?
Oh,
All right. As you walk in, there aren't very many people inside the tavern, but just a few milling about here and there. some people eating some nicely roasted turkey legs. As you open the door, it's a classic diddling, which is familiar and refreshing as you hear it. And looking over, you see one person just kind of strumming a lute. They are a lizard folk with kind of old Renaissance garb, just sitting on one of the benches, strumming away. And at the bar, there is a somewhat stout-looking dwarf who says, "Hi, welcome to the inn. You three, come on in, come on. How can I help you?" Collars you over. It's not a very big building. It's about 50 feet from the front door to the bar, and about maybe 100 feet long max. There's some stairs to go up. There's a cook area that seems to be behind where the bar is, and that's about it. Welcome to the Owlbear Inn. Nice to meet you all, and my name is Torbjorn. How can I assist you?
I'm James.
Nice to meet you, James. You look like you could hold a drink.
You're not wrong.
What can I get for you? What are you drinking?
You guys want to get drinks? I'll grab a table.
Yeah, we're looking for, can we sit down?
Yeah, you find a table anywhere you'd like. And so he points over to a few, there's like 4 or 5 open tables. It's, like I said, it's not super packed in here at the moment.
Yeah.
Is there any particularly like nice looking tables from what we see as we walk in?
They're all
Anything
the same,
pop out?
which is, I guess there's one, so I guess I can describe, like, the only 2 tables that stand out. One is next to the lizard folk who's strumming on his instrument. The other is next to a couple who are eating turkey legs. And those are really the only other people in the bar. The rest of them are just random tables scattered throughout.
Is there any strategically placed tables that gives us eyesights to multiple?
Now, that's a question I can answer. Yeah, there's a table you can sit at that has, like, viewpoints of the stairwell, the kitchen door, the front door.
I would like that table.
All right. So it's kind of a few tables away, just kind of on its own in the middle of the floor. And you take a seat there. Kathrak, you're still at the bar.
Yeah, I'm getting a drink.
Did you already tell him what you were drinking? I can't remember.
I'll just ask for the house special.
Ah, so mead it is. Get you some mead. So he pours a big, what are those things called? Mug. Big mug of mead for you. And he pours one for himself. And as he hands it to you, he clinks with you and downs his. Pox, what are you doing? Now, there you go.
Let's have some water. Let's have like a water.
He raises an eyebrow at you. Water? Come on. It's, he looks around for, like, you know, some clock or some time telling, but there's nothing around. He goes, it's like noon, right? You could drink.
Yeah, let's have like a water.
All right. He hands you a water.
Can I tell if this is the elf just shape formed?
Roll me
Insight?
investigation.
Oh, it's not a good roll.
Kathrak and Pox, you can roll as well, since you know the chance that this might be someone disguised.
Investigation?
Investigation, yeah.
Come on, that 20. Oh.
I am in this beer right now.
Yeah,
This is
you
good
are.
beer.
Pox, as you're looking at him, he seems like a dwarf. You're unsure. So he says, all right, so you paying in credits or gold there, folks? I can get you another round as well.
Oh, I'm the pair. As soon as they mentioned here payment, I walk up. I'm like,
Oh, you didn't get me a mead. Can I get a mead, please? And I'll pay for all 3 in credits.
All right, you want to start a tab or you want to
I just pay for the drinks outright.
cash out? All right, sure. He makes you another mead, and then he says, that'll be a single credit.
For all 3, or for all 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're first timers, so thought I'd give you a discount.
Is it that obvious?
It is. So, he's gonna look you up and down. I gotta roll something.
Oh, is he now?
So, you all, not from around here, what brings you to the Owlbear?
Oh, we were told to go here.
It's pretty early in the day. Usually this place is popping a little bit later. That's when people usually come by.
What do you guys
Oh.
have going on later?
Yeah, it's just, we usually just, people like to party and have food and drink. That's all. So it's, it's noon, it's midday. We're not very popular with the lunch crowd.
Makes sense. But it's quiet, kind of nice.
It is kind of quiet. And some people like to come in here. We've got some famous turkey legs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, can we get some turkey legs?
Sure, yeah. Couple credits for those. Just,
Yeah.
2 credits for 2 turkey legs, unless you all want 3.
Let's get 3.
You all want turkey leg?
Yeah, I'll have,
Yeah, one for each of us.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll have one too. I'm kind of hungry at this point. I've been smelling them all day. So
Yeah,
he
makes
brings out 4 turkey legs, and it's 3 credits. All right. He says, cheers. And he puts his turkey leg up for everyone to chink turkey legs, and he eats it. It's pretty good. It reminds you of back in the day. And it's got this smoky, good flavor to it. It's a little dry, but it's pretty good. And he says, so how long you staying for? Are you staying in this part of town at one of the inns, or
Can you stay at the inns? I didn't know you could.
Yeah, you can stay at them. Sure.
Really?
If you want to stay here, you can.
Interesting.
How
How
much
much
are
do rooms
rooms?
cost?
Rooms are well, for you all. Let me see here. He pulls out like a ledger that seems to have like a kind of like a guest book with names in it. And he says, "Well, this isn't the busy time of the year, so we'd say just a couple credits per night per person."
Interesting. We could really rustic it out. We could live the rustic lifestyle here.
You could.
You
It's
wanna
kind
have
of
a-
classic.
Have like a nice renaissance.
Just know you're not going to get the same upscale treatment you might get in other parts of Drudgemore.
but you guys don't have bathrooms either, right?
No bathrooms. Nope. You got to go
Oh
outside.
my God. The true rustic camping
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Also, I'm not going to clean your room for you.
I kind of like the idea. Roughing it.
Don't forget that Nara and Solus and the Hellhound can't be here.
I know.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Do you guys do tours of the place to see how like old time cooking was and
I mean, I'm the only one working right now, but doesn't seem like there's any lines or people are waiting for anything. You good there, Jim? And he kind of nods at the lizard folk. Lizard folk just nods his head and he keeps strumming his guitar. He starts plucking at it a little bit, and then one of the strings, boing, and he's, oh, shit. And he kind of starts wrapping the string back around. He says, I mean, I can show you guys around to the kitchen and upstairs if you want to see.
oh nice. Do you guys make your own brew here too?
Aye, we do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you show us that too?
That's a secret there. I can't really show you back to where we make the brews, but
Oh,
that's a family recipe.
really? Your family?
Aye.
Oh, how many generations has it been passed down?
He looks down at his fingers and starts counting. I don't know. More than one. More than 2, even, I think.
Interesting.
Aye. And, so are you interested in seeing the rooms and the kitchen then?
Yeah, I think that would be good. What about you guys? Do you guys want to go do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. Can I bring my beer?
Aye, of course.
Oh, can I bring my water?
Aye, of course.
Thank you.
And, you said your name was, James, is that right?
That's
Yep.
James, that's Biz, and I'm Morgan.
Biz what?
Bismarcky.
Biz Marquis, okay. I had a friend named Biz.
No. Bismarcky.
Biz Marquis.
No. Bismarcky.
Biz Marquis.
There you go.
Got it. All right. Biz Marquis. And,
Come on, show us these rooms.
yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, follow me.
Let's go. Let's go.
He leads you up the stairs. It's like kind of like one of those classic inns that you would stay at. It's got like 4 bedrooms. It's like a Skyrim inn. It's very like fur on the wall, wooden insides, but it's like stone on the outside, like fireplaces in the main area, but no area for that on the second floor. The second floor is literally just rooms with hay and cloth, you know. It's your classic little rustic kind of inn.
I want to look for any secret hallways, like kind of paying attention as we're going through, like secret doors, secret hallways, whether or not they like might like hide him in plain sight type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
he kind of looks around a little bit, showing you the different doors, and you're gonna roll a investigation check for me. Anyone else that would like to roll may also roll investigation checks to look for hidden doors, that kind of thing.
Oh, bad roll.
Oh.
All right. So with those
My eyes
rolls,
are open.
you don't see any hidden doors in the top floor here, even Pox with the 14. You don't see any like hidden doors or things that stand out to you. Are any of you proficient in investigation? Like you have it with the little bubble next to it?
No, I do not.
No.
No worries. So he shows you through and he says, all right, and that's the top floor. There's not really much to see. Nobody's staying here at the moment. All the doors are unlocked, as you can see. He opens all the doors, shows you all the rooms. They all look pretty much identical. He says, and that's the top floor. You can look out this window in the hall here, and you can see the great view we have. He says sarcastically as you open the window, and it's just the wall of the city. Just the wall of the city. You don't really see much back there.
Pleasant.
There's a dumpster back there.
Is there any sunlight coming from it?
From the dumpster or from the window?
No, from the window.
Slightly, just a bit of sunlight, because it comes down. It doesn't come directly into the window. It comes down from the top, like over the wall, and then kind of
Maybe there's an hour in the day, like just 1 hour where it just like really shines.
Yeah, maybe. Like but you're just not in it. But yeah. He leads you downstairs. He leads you to the kitchen. Shows you that it's a pretty simple looking kitchen with a wood stove, and what's on top is like a griddle and a pot for boiling, and then on the underneath side is a place where they're roasting the turkey legs. It's like, what are those things called?
Rotisserie?
Rotisseries. Yeah, rotisseries roasting the chicken legs.
Like a spit? Oh.
Or the turkey legs. A spit, yeah, exactly. Same kind of thing. So he shows you all this, and he's like, I know it's not much, but people like to come here for like the true, old-timey experience.
No, it's wonderful. I've never seen anything like this. Everyone uses stovetops and ovens nowadays.
You all must be from one of the big cities. Which one? Where are y'all from?
Neo-Taurus.
Neo-Taurus.
Ah, Neo-Taurus. You've traveled quite a ways. And what brings you to Drudgemore, this shithole of a city?
You say shithole, I say freedom.
Yeah. Run a vacation.
Freedom, you say?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You ever have policemen constantly looking at you just because of the way you dress to look, and constantly thinking that you're doing something wrong just by the way you look? Because that's what Neo-Taurus.
Aye, and the fucking robots, they're always listening to you and always looking at you.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, I can get down with that. So you just came here for a little bit of escape from all that?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then when we heard that there was an area that there was no technology at all.
Right? I mean those
I don't even know
robots.
how that's possible.
They're always those robots. I mean, we've almost eliminated all of them from Drudgemore at this point. Like, robots are almost completely removed from Drudgemore. There's only a few left. We're
Really?
trying to get them all out of here so Raziel doesn't have any eyes or ears in here.
Yeah. But yeah, so it just police, that's really, and not to mention there's not really any jobs or work there either. I don't know how the job outlook is here, but there's none there, so you can't be any worse.
Aye, for sure. Well, if you all are looking to stay here, there are people in the city who can provide you with, a way to kind of get away from Neo-Taurus and those other cities for a longer period of time, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, interesting.
Like
a timeshare.
Kind of. More like they can give you a new identity, a new name, so you don't have to worry so much about.
That's even possible?
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's totally real.
Sounds expensive, though.
Yeah, it is kind of expensive. Yep.
Interesting.
But you all look pretty wealthy.
Oh,
We do.
we do all right. We had an inheritance, you know?
Aye. And,
question.
I'm gonna look around for in the kitchen if there's any secret places too.
yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, everybody. Whoever wants to look in the kitchen here. All
Gosh darn
right. Sick rolls.
I'm gonna use the washroom. Pox has to use the washroom.
Fox needs to use the washroom. No worries. So we got a 1, an 8, and a 19. Again, in this room, not much to see, even with a 19.
Mm-hmm.
In this
Okay.
particular room, you don't see much for secret entrances. He seems very friendly. Seems very, forthcoming with some information.
Now, are you sure there's no way we could see the brewery machines? We won't write anything down. We would even pay extra to go see it.
Aye. How much are you willing
Never
to
seen
pay?
a brewery. We've only ever seen, delivery of alcohol. Because, and to be real, who knows how that stuff's actually being made?
I see. So you're interested in actually seeing the brewing process?
Yeah. How do you brew things? Do you distill your own alcohol? Because I heard there's a process for making like liquor that you have to like actually evaporate it.
Yeah, there's quite the process. I can show it to you, but it's gonna cost you.
How much?
It's a secret. So he's kind of like leaning back and forth, making sure nobody's listening out in the lobby. Says, I can do it for 20 credits apiece. 60 credits.
No. You couldn't cut us a little bit better of a deal, like 15 credits a piece?
I already gave you a deal on the drinks.
You know what? You did. You gave us the deal on the drinks, 20 credits a pop. Fine.
All right. So he, if you're gonna pay him, he collects
Yeah,
the
I am.
60 credits.
Yep.
He says, all right, I'll show you, but it's gonna have to be later. I'll show you later. Once I get some other workers in here for the late night shift, I can take a break and show you.
Okay.
But I can't go right now in case someone walks in.
That makes sense.
All right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So feel free to hang out here if you'd like. This has covered up a room if you want to take a short rest or something like that. And then we can reconvene probably around 6 p.m. during the dinner rush.
Yeah, there's a slight chance we have a friend coming later. Do you want me to pay for her now, just in case? Because she'd love to see it.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll pay you another 20 for her, just in case she does make it. If she doesn't, then it's a tip on us.
All right, I can deal with that. All right. So now that your friend here, Biz Marquis, is back, nice
I'm
to.
back. What happened?
Nice to see you there.
We can see the distillery.
Did you make sure to
Oh,
wipe? We
really?
left
You're
some old cloths out there for people to wipe with.
You're gonna, of course. Are you gonna? What do you mean? You're gonna show us the distillery?
Yeah, you all paid for a
We
tour.
can't say anything, though.
Wait, we paid for a tour?
Aye,
Yeah, shh.
How much did?
20 credits per person for the
It's
secret
already been
tour.
paid for. It was worth it.
20
Aye.
credits per person.
I promise it's worth it.
Ms. Marquis, we've never seen a distillery. They only ever
So what
import
you
the
gave?
alcohol.
What you gave him? You gave him 60 credits?
80 actually,
80 for who? That doesn't make sense.
in case
Nora.
your other friend shows up.
Okay, so are we going to the distillery right now?
No,
we're going
later.
tonight.
You paid him already for a tour later?
Okay.
No,
listen,
no.
Calm down.
No,
Ms.
you
Marquis,
know,
calm
Sim.
down.
Sim,
Listen,
excuse me.
I'm sorry. We'll talk about this outside. Let's talk about this outside. Not in
Morgan,
front of the
hold
people.
on. No, Morgan, shh. Morgan, hold on. And I turn to the dwarf.
I gotta ask
Yeah.
before you turn to the dwarf. So just remember that's where you're at. But does Pox say Zim, or do you want me to try and forget that?
No, I just covered it up. You didn't hear that.
Okay, roll me a deception check then for me.
Eh?
Okay. All right, let me roll here.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Hey, so what? Are you alright? He turns to you,
What-
Pox, who
what-
has now turned to him.
Yeah. Sorry, I had something in my. I had to cough. Look, Sir, look. I'm sorry, my partner, my friend over here just made a deal like this. We're not going to pay you for a tour.
I've already
up front.
paid him.
No, well, hold on. So
I've already paid
look,
him.
sir, give us half back, and you'll get the other half later. Tell me that's not fair.
That
What if
sounds
something
fair
happens
to me.
tonight?
That sounds fair to me. I thought you
Yeah.
were getting a little ripped off here. So I'll
Yeah,
give you
thank
40 of
you.
it back, and you can give me the 40 back when the tour's over.
We appreciate that very much. Thank you.
That seems fair. I liked your enthusiasm there, Morgan. Though I do appreciate that. But
He's a big-
I don't
he's a-
want to cause
Morgan is
any
a big
ruffled
fan.
feathers within your group. So
It's okay. I'm just being. I like to be cautious. Morgan is a big
course.
fan of the distillery, and
Drudgemore's
wants
a
to
shit
see-
show. You never know who's trying to con you.
Wait, is it really an
Yeah.
issue here?
Aye.
Really?
Aye, that's why I was willing to give you all a break on the drinks and the food, because you don't seem like you're from here.
Hmm.
So,
So
if you were
definitely
from
so
here,
obvious, that
there's
is.
no way I'd trust you with a break, and there's no way I'd trust you with this.
Okay. Well, I think we should go upstairs, maybe take a little nap, and come back later tonight.
All right. So you can all take a long rest if you have any missing anything. I don't think any of you do, but you might. You can take a long rest.
I do not.
Because this is a 6 hour, I'm gonna let it happen. And as you wake up to a little rap-a-tap-tap on your door. Knock knock. And you hear, all right. You can hear the voices of people in the lobby. A lot more people than before.
Mhm.
And sounds of music.
So I realized I had a wand of disguise in my backpack, so I'm
Okay.
gonna use it to hide up my tattoos, but I'm still gonna cover my face like I did earlier.
All right. Sounds good. So go ahead and roll me. Just do a standard deception check with advantage then. So that we have like the basics for.
Yeah, it does the disguise self spell, which I don't actually know what it is. I can look.
Oh, okay. So you can just tell me what you want to look like then.
I'm
and
gonna
then-
look exactly the same, just my tattoos are gonna be covered.
You're going to look like Zim, but with
Yeah.
tattoos covered?
Yeah, like they don't exist, and I'm gonna still wrap myself up.
Okay. That's fine. You don't need to roll anything then, I guess. All right. So, with that, you have covered up your tattoos much more nicely. And as you open the door to greet the man, Torbjor, he says, well, you all look nice and rested, and you look cleaner. He points to you, Morgan, Zim. Did you take a wash?
I just made sure to wipe off my face. There was a little bit of dirt and stuff there.
Aye, I see. Your arms and everything just look like they don't have any, caked on makeup anymore.
Sometimes you're dirty.
Aye. He
Can I
kind of,
insight check him?
yeah.
Sometimes you're dirty. You know.
That's not very good.
He seems somewhat suspicious. But like not of anything other than like now that you look newer, cleaner, which you shouldn't.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Based on what you told me, you've covered up your tattoos better than Pox even could. So you look better than you did before, which is just surprising to someone when you just slept for 6 hours on a haystack. If that makes sense. So it's that kind of suspicion. Like he just doesn't know what's going on.
Anyways, shall we be on our way?
Yeah. Aye. And as we walk through the lobby, just make sure that nobody is hearing you talk about where we're going.
I'm gonna keep my lips sealed.
All right, I'll lead the way. They lead you down into the lobby, which is now every table is full. There's people all gathered around. The lizard folk from before is now standing on a table playing his lute while people are gathered around him, like back and forth. And people are like dancing back and forth. People are eating their big turkey legs and drinking and clinking beers and glasses.
Can I do a perception check, see if I recognize anyone in this crowd?
Sure. Perception checks, everybody.
Oh, God, the rolls have been bad.
If anyone wants to. You don't have to if you don't want to roll.
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know what you mean.
All right.
Just like Midnight Hollow people, obviously, is who I was looking for.
What do my eyes see?
So, Pox. Zim, not much to see around.
Yeah.
Pox, looking around with a 21, as you are kind of scanning the room, you notice I guess with a natural 20, I can tell you there seems like there's a couple people here that have similar tattoos to Zim, but they're just like, you can just see them beneath the sleeves, like right on their wrists, because they're wearing long sleeves, like right on their wrists. You can kind of see some of those tattoos peeking through. And then on a lot of their faces, they're either wearing like coverings on their faces, or you can see it on their necks is like the only real part you can kind of see those tattoos. But you just see like 2 or 3 of them within the crowd here. All right, come this way. Come on. Come.
Yeah.
We're heading out the front door.
Yep.
Pox, you do anything?
I want to let them both know that there's,
Like nudging us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, tell me how do you let them know? What do you do?
I nudge.
You nudge
both
and
of
look?
them. I go to, yeah, I'm like nodding and I'm like,
Okay.
hey, but like, subtly.
Okay.
All cool, like.
Roll me a performance check to see how much, because there's 3 of them, and just nodding and prodding in the crowd is, I just got to see how well that they can understand what your nonverbal language is. The 23, both of you can kind of recognize the 3 people that he points out in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Zim, you don't recognize any of them in particular as people you know. They look young, probably, born within the last 50 years kind of thing.
Sounds good.
All right. You head out the front door. The sounds of the tavern fade behind you. And as you do, you take a hard left past the owlbear cage, which has a new person standing next to it. This person doesn't seem quite as affectionate towards the owlbear. Has somewhat of like a drapery over the owlbear's cage and is just sitting on a stool next to it, reading a book. Not really paying attention to the owlbear, who is like kind of desperately looking underneath the cape that's draped over its cage, kind of trying to get an eye on you.
Do I recognize this person?
Roll me a history check.
Nope.
Nothing to really recognize. It's elven man, probably in his mid-hundreds, and is sitting there with his kind of grayish beard twisted down into knots, and is reading a book. Not really paying attention to the owlbear he's supposed to be guarding. As you approach the new building, it's the other one I described to you. It's the like the brewery shack over out and beyond the Owlbear Inn. As you approach this place, the sounds of snow crunch beneath your feet. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Was there a basement of the inn?
You didn't look.
I didn't know if we saw any doors.
You
when
didn't
we
see any
were-
doors. You rolled well enough to look and see any doors, and you did not see any doors to the basement of
Okay.
the inn.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
as you kind of approach this area, the dwarf looks back at you all and says, all right, so once I open this door, you're going to see the brewery machinery, and you'll see how we make everything. Please don't let this out to anybody. And if you don't mind, we have a creature in here, another owlbear who's scared of weapons. So if you could leave your weapons at the front.
Wait, you have another owlbear?
We do.
Wait, is this one not caged up?
It is. But it likes to piss and shit itself when it sees weapons.
Oh, it's so awful. Why do you keep it caged up?
It's used in the brewing process. We use its
Use it?
urine.
Please tell me not in the mead.
Aye. I thought you knew. That's part of our
No,
thing.
Didn't know that. I feel real sick, I'm not gonna lie. Do we really have to leave our weapons? I'm not used to not having these. It's like being naked.
It would be preferred.
Come on, our weapons are really.
Can you
well hidden.
hide them?
Can you even? Yeah, can you even
Oh, yeah,
see
yeah,
our
yeah.
weapons
We
on
can do
us?
that. We can wrap them up in.
All right.
You wanna
can do that.
Just wrap them all up.
I mean, we actually don't have that many weapons out. I think the only is Kazrax.
He starts kind of like rubbing the back of his neck a little bit, and his hand is on like the door handle. He's like rubbing the back of his neck. He's like, all right, it's fine.
Can I do a perception or an insight? Like, is he doing something?
You can roll whatever you want to roll. What do you want to roll?
Perception.
Okay. If anyone wants to roll anything, feel free to let me know. With a perception check, his hand is on the handle of the barn, like this. It's kind of like a barn slash. It's a stone building. It's a stone building with like a straw top. His hand is on the door that kind of swings open, but he hasn't opened it yet, and he just seems nervous. Is what you get with a perception check of that. He just seems nervous.
Oh.
Pox, not much to see.
Can I do an insight check to see if this is a trap, or is he nervous because he's not supposed to bring us in here?
You can roll an insight check. That'd be a high number to try and beat to figure out that.
Nat 20. That's a pretty high number. Is it high enough? I don't know.
You said 21, right?
Yeah, 21.
But not a nat 20.
Not nat 20.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, give me a second here. He has a demeanor of nervousness about him that with a 21, you can tell there's something else afoot. But I can't tell you that it's a trap.
Okay.
It's just something else is weird.
Okay. Anyways, the only weapons that we really have to cover is Kathrax.
So he's kind of just standing there like with his hand on the door handle, and he's got his hand like on the other hand on his neck. He's just standing there, and he's like, yeah, you can keep the weapons. It's just gonna make things harder.
Wait, what harder?
He kind of eyes backwards a little bit, and he says, Zim, why did you come back?
Oh, God bless it.
And that's where we're going to end it for today.
Oh, no. Wait.
But is the piss story real?
Roll an insight check quickly.
Oh, come on, man.
I think that's real.
All right, so with the insight checks, I think all three of you, after he says that, the insight check of like whether or not that piss story was real, it's probably not real.
Oh,
it's
good.
probably not real. They might not even brew their own shit here behind this door.
Mm-hmm.
No.